Marriage is one of the most beautiful promises two people can make, and one of the most demanding promises they will ever have to keep. Most couples step into marriage with hope, affection, attraction, and sincere intention. They imagine companionship, loyalty, laughter, shared dreams, and a love that grows richer with time. Yet the dream of marriage and the daily work of marriage are not the same thing. A wedding can be planned in months. A lasting marriage is built over years. This book was written for people who want more than a ceremony, more than appearances, and more than survival. It was written for couples who want a marriage with roots, something strong enough to endure stress, disappointment, temptation, financial pressure, personality differences, family strain, emotional distance, and the ordinary wear that life places on every relationship. It was written for people who still believe marriage can be deep, faithful, tender, and enduring. The phrase, "till death do us part," has become so familiar that many people barely hear its weight anymore. But those words are not decorative, they are a vow. They declare that love is not only for easy seasons. They suggest a kind of covenant that can hold when feelings rise and fall, when bodies change, when money grows tight, when dreams shift, and when two imperfect people discover how unfinished they both are. A healthy marriage is not built by perfect people. It is built by people who learn how to tell the truth, how to listen without defense, how to fight without cruelty, how to forgive without pretending pain never happened, and how to return to one another again and again. The strongest marriages are not the ones with no conflict. They are the ones that learn repair. They do not avoid difficulty. They develop the character and habits needed to walk through it together. In the pages ahead, we will explore what makes a marriage strong enough to last. We will talk about commitment, communication, conflict, trust, intimacy, money, forgiveness, and the changing seasons of married life. We will look beyond romance into the deeper architecture of covenant love. The goal is not to make marriage sound easy. The goal is to make it sound possible. Possible not because love is automatic, but because love can be practiced. If your marriage is thriving, let this book help you protect and deepen what is good. If your marriage feels strained, let this book help you name what is broken and rebuild with hope. If you are engaged or newly married, let these pages become preparation for the real life that begins after I do. And if you are tired, disappointed, or unsure whether connection can be restored, let this be your reminder that many marriages are not destroyed in one moment, they drift slowly. That means they can often be restored slowly too, through repentance, courage, honesty, humility, and renewed intention. Marriage lasts because two people never fail, but because they keep choosing what love requires after failure. It lasts not because hardship never comes, but because hardship does not get the final word. It lasts because covenant, when honored daily, becomes stronger than comfort, mood, or momentary desire. This book begins with a simple conviction: enduring love is built brick by brick, choice by choice, word by word, season by season, and if it is built well, it can stand. Chapter 1. Marriage is more than a wedding. A wedding can be breathtaking. It can gather family, honor tradition, celebrate joy, and mark a turning point in two people's lives. But no matter how meaningful a wedding day may be, it is still only a beginning. Marriage is what comes after the music ends, after the guests go home, and after real life resumes its ordinary rhythm. Many couples are prepared for the event, but not for the reality. They know what flowers they want, what color the bridesmaids should wear, and what song will play during the first dance. Yet they have not thought as deeply about how they will handle disagreement, how they will make financial decisions, how they will divide responsibility, or how they will respond when one person feels unseen. A wedding celebrates love. Marriage tests it, shapes it, reveals it, and either strengthens or weakens it over time. One reason marriage can feel harder than expected is that it joins far more than two calendars and two addresses. It joins histories, families, temperaments, wounds, expectations, habits, communication styles, emotional needs, and often two very different ideas of what love should look like. Each spouse enters marriage carrying assumptions learned long before the relationship began. One may have grown up in a loud household where conflict was direct and quickly resolved. Another may have learned silence, avoidance, and emotional distance. One may believe love is best shown through service. Another may need words, touch, or time. Without careful attention, these differences become hidden battlegrounds. The early work of marriage is not simply learning to live together, it is learning to interpret one another with compassion. The question is not, why aren't you more like me, but who are you really and how can I love you faithfully? That question requires curiosity, patience, and humility. It also requires the willingness to stop treating every difference as a defect. Some differences do need correction, others need understanding. Marriage also demands a shift from performance to practice. During courtship, couples often emphasize their best traits. Marriage introduces the ordinary conditions under which character is revealed: fatigue, stress, deadlines, sickness, family conflict, disappointment, and repeated inconvenience. That is where love leaves the realm of idealism and enters the realm of discipline. It becomes visible in tone of voice, daily habits, reliability, honesty, and the willingness to show kindness when nothing feels romantic. This is why mature marriages are built less on grand gestures than on repeated faithfulness. A beautiful marriage is not one that looks impressive from a distance. It is one that feels safe, honest, tender, and steady from the inside. It is built in kitchens, cars, hospital rooms, living rooms, budget meetings, hard conversations, and quiet apologies. It is formed when both people choose to become students of each other rather than judges of each other. A wedding says, "We choose each other today." Marriage says, "We will keep choosing each other tomorrow and the next day and the next." The power of a wedding lies in its promise. The power of marriage lies in whether that promise is lived. If you want a marriage that lasts, you must look beyond the celebration to the construction. Ask not only how your relationship appears, but how it is built. Ask whether truth is welcomed, whether respect is practiced, whether repair is possible, and whether both people are still investing in the structure they share. A wedding introduces the covenant. Marriage is the daily work of inhabiting it. Chapter 2. Love is more than a feeling. Feelings matter in marriage. Attraction matters. Joy matters. Tenderness matters. But if a marriage is built on feeling alone, it will always be at the mercy of circumstances. Feelings change. Seasons change. People change. Stress, exhaustion, grief, resentment, depression, anxiety, and disappointment all affect emotional experience. If love is defined only as a feeling, then many couples panic the first time the feeling fluctuates. Real love is bigger than emotion. It includes emotion, but it is not ruled by emotion. It is a posture of the will. It is a way of seeing, choosing, and acting toward another person. In a lasting marriage, love matures from excitement into devotion. It becomes less obsessed with intensity and more committed to steadiness. Early romance often feels effortless because novelty and anticipation fuel desire. There is delight in discovery, pursuit, and possibility. But marriage eventually asks more difficult questions. Will you still speak with care when you are irritated? Will you stay emotionally present